Did you know that over 70% of people report making poor decisions because they couldn't manage their emotions in high pressure situations? What if you could break free from that cycle and really stay calm no matter what life throws at you? Because today I'm sharing powerful emotional detachment techniques to really help you master your reactions and really stay in control. This happens to help with work, life, and also dating and relationships with women. This is one of the leading factors that I talk about in regards to dating and relationship, getting women to trust you and actually leading the relationship, gentlemen. Emotional detachment isn't about shutting down or becoming cold. It's about learning how to manage your emotions in a healthy way, especially during challenging moments. By mastering the skill, you can make better decisions, protect your peace, and really improve every aspect of your life, guys. This is literally something I've taught myself so much too. But let's be real. Staying calm under pressure is tough. It's not always easy. Our emotions are hardwired to react when we face with stress or conflict, especially when emotions are entailed and involved. Whether it's frustrating, whether it's fear or anger, these emotions can lead and take over us to really just act impulsively at times. So here's the thing, gentlemen. Emotional reactions aren't inherently bad, okay? So I want to say that. They're a part of being human. But when they are unchecked, they can harm relationships, hinder your personal growth, and also derail your own goals. So you might be asking, so what's the solution, Apollonia? All right, well, I'm going to give you the solution. But before I do, if you're new to this channel, please click that subscribe button right now and like this video. And welcome. My name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relationship, and life coach for men. And I've been doing this work for over 7 years now. So let's get to the solution since you've already subscribed, or if you are a subscriber already, thank you for being a loyal subscriber. So what is the solution? Healthy emotional responses. This means learning to process really your feelings without being controlled by them. It's about recognizing what's worth your energy and what's not, and knowing when to step back for your own well being. When should you detach from someone as well, can be a question. I think emotional attachment isn't just for stressful situations. It's also for relationships and picking a partner, especially when they drain your energy or harm your mental health or need a lot from you. So here are a few signs it might be time to really just emotionally detach from someone. And then we're going to talk about how they leave you feeling drained after every interaction. 2 is you constantly walk on eggshells to avoid conflict. 3, your feelings and concerns are really just being ignored or dismissed all the time. 4, they never take responsibility for their actions, so they're leaving you to pick up the pieces, really. 5, the relationship feels toxic and being around them brings out the worst in you. 6, it's obsessive and overwhelming negativity in these relationships. Detaching doesn't mean you stop caring, gentlemen. It means you protect your peace and your own well-being, which is called values and standards, while deciding how to move forward at the same time. Now let's dive into the how, okay? I'm going to give you 8 proven techniques that I've mastered in my life and also with my clients for mastering emotional detachment. So one is called mindfulness. A lot of us have heard about this, but it's probably the most hardest one. Mindfulness is the foundation of emotional detachment because it keeps you grounded and present. When you're mindful, you're not obsessive over the past or worrying about the future. You're fully engaged with what's happening right now. So for example, let's say you're in a heated argument with someone. Instead of letting your mind spiral into thoughts like, they always do this, or I can't deal with this anymore, you can focus on being in the present moment. Notice how your body feels. Is your heart racing? Are your hands clenched? Simply acknowledging these sensations can help you calm down and stay focused on you. And it gives the body a sense of control. Typically, when we feel like we're going into fight or flight, it's because our body doesn't have a sense of control. So practical tips for mindfulness can include guided meditation apps like Headspace or Calm, or one of my programs is called the 21 Day Meditation strictly for men, and simply just grounding exercises that are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 techniques. So you can name 5 things that you see. This is one of the meditation practices that I have in my meditation 21 Day Meditation Men Challenge for Men. And it's name 5 things you see, name 4 things you can touch, name 3 things you can hear, name 2 things you can smell, and name 1 thing that you can taste. This exercise pulls your mind out of the anxiety loops and into the present moment. But what's really important about mindfulness, and the reason why I say it can be the hardest thing, is within mindfulness is also where our patterns lie, where our truth lies, where our trauma lies. So if we are continuing to date the same person, different storyline, and the same reactions start to happen, it's because we haven't break the cycle of our patterns. We haven't broken the cycle, period. And so mindfulness is being honest with yourself, even looking at the hard parts of yourself too. Number 2, one of my favorites, more men need to do this these days, is breathing exercises. When emotions run high, you're often breathing becomes shallow or rapid. And sometimes I'm on the phones with clients and I'm like, hold on. When's the last time you just really just took a breath? Think about that, gentlemen, and do it with me. We breathe because we have to breathe to survive. And so we do maybe the shallow, rapid breaths. But when's the last time you just went? This can actually calm your nervous system down. And when we have shallow or rapid breathing, it escalates to stress. And a lot of men do this because they're not conscious of their breathing. So breathing exercises that are quick and effective to regain control is the 4-4-6 method. I mentioned this earlier is a great starting point. Inhaling deeply for 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, and exhaling for 6. Here's an example. I want you to imagine you're about to give a big presentation and your nerves are through the roof. Instead of letting your anxiety take over, step aside for 30 seconds and do the breathing exercise I just showed you. Or if you're about to get in a conversation with a woman that you know is probably going to resolve in conflict, or it's a hard conversation to have, or before a first date, not only will it calm your nerves, but it'll also lower your heart rate and clear your mind so you can focus. This is something that I do before speeches or anything that I need to do. Another effective technique is box breathing. This is often used by the Navy SEALs under extreme pressure, okay, guys? Simply inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and pause for 4 seconds before repeating it again and again. This structure rhythm of box breathing can actually anchor your mind and body in moments of chaos. This is what they teach in Navy SEALs, actually. This is something that they really do. Number 3 is cognitive reframing. Okay, so cognitive reframing is about shifting your perspective. It's not about ignoring reality, but choosing to view it in a way that empowers you instead of dragging you down. For instance, let's say you didn't get the promotion you were aiming for. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, try reframing it as, this is a chance for me to learn and prepare for an even better opportunity. And also what I like to do with clients is play the what if game, okay? In our head, we're like, what if I don't get this interview? What if I don't get a good job? But what if we did get a good job? What if we scored and aced this interview? What if we had 2 opportunities? What if we had abundance of options in our life? What if we'd had great first dates? What if you were a great communicator? What if you were to find a woman that is really great for you? It's all about mindset, because your mind is always going to attract what you're thinking. Here's another example, gentlemen. Let's say a woman cancels plans last minute. Instead of you thinking that they don't care about you and you're like, oh, all women are like this, and you go into that shame spiral, they're probably dealing with something unexpected, and just hope that they're okay. Reframing helps you step out of emotional reactions to see situations more objectively. Obviously, if the woman is doing this repetitively, then that's different. But sometimes people do cancel. My husband, when I was planning on a second date with him, I actually canceled the second date because something had come up. Imagine if he thought and spiraled his emotions and thought that, oh, this girl's not it because she canceled on me, and he went into ego and didn't have that emotional control. There'd probably be no marriage, right? And no us. So that's why it's so important to look at situations objectively. A practical way to start reframing is to write down your initial thoughts about a stressful situation, if this is you, then challenge those thoughts with evidence or alternative perspectives. Ask yourself, what's another way to look at this? Or what would I say to a friend in this situation? Number 4 is observe without judgment. This can be hard. Many of us judge our emotions and others harshly. I shouldn't feel this way. They shouldn't be doing this. Oh, I expect them to be this way. Why can't I just get over it? This internal criticism and external criticism only adds pressure and makes it harder to detach, gentlemen, because expectations always kill appreciation. And so observing without judgment means acknowledging your emotions and letting that other person show up without labeling them good or bad. Or for example, if you feel angry, instead of thinking I shouldn't be so angry, you might say I'm feeling angry right now. What causes it? Here's a relatable example. If you're feeling jealous in a relationship, observe it like a scientist might studying data. Ask yourself, what's triggering this feeling? Is it insecurity, or is it there a boundary being crossed here? Or is it to do with me? Am I expecting something? Is this person trying? By approaching emotions with curiosity instead of judgment, you can create to understand and process them rather than being controlled by them or reacting from them. Number 5 is set healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for emotional detachment. They help you protect your time and energy and mental well-being. Remember, they helped you. A boundary is about really everything that you need and expecting the other person to do nothing. Okay? For example, if a coworker frequently dumps their problems on you, a healthy boundary might be saying, I understand you're going through a lot, but I'm not in the right headspace to discuss this right now. Another example is in a romantic relationship. If your partner constantly expects immediate replies to texts, you can set a boundary by saying, I value our communication, of course, but there are times when I just need to focus on work and my personal time as well. Setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away or expecting them to behave a certain way or giving an ultimatum. It's about creating a healthy dynamic where your needs are respected. And remember, enforcing boundaries may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's an act of self-respect for you that ultimately benefits both parties. And so when we have an act of self-respect, it comes from compassion, and you're not trying to tell someone what to do or how to do it. It's just really coming from what you need. 6 is pick healthy distractions, gentlemen. When emotions feel overwhelming, healthy distractions can help you reset. The key is to choose activities that genuinely lift you up rather than numbing your feelings. For example, if you're stressed, you might go for a run, listen to your favorite music, listen to a podcast, cook a meal that you enjoy. Instead of mindless scrolling through Instagram, which often leaves you feeling worse, let's say you've had a tough day at work. Instead of replaying the events in your head all evening, you can channel your energy into more of a creative outlet like painting, writing, or even playing a musical instrument or going kickboxing. These activities not only provide relief, but also give you a sense of accomplishment and joy. I think that's so important because there's also purpose in your hobbies. Number 7 is recognizing triggers and trauma. Understanding your emotional triggers is a game changer, guys, for detachment. Triggers often stem from past experiences or unresolved trauma, and recognizing them allows you to respond instead of react. For example, if criticism from a partner makes you feel unworthy, it might be linked to childhood experiences of being judged harshly or past relationships. By identifying this connection, you can start separating the past and acknowledging it from the present. And the opportunity to approach a situation more rationally becomes there because you see it and become more in control of it. Here's a tip, guys. Keep a journal to track your emotional reactions or in your notepad. Write down what happened, how you felt, and what thoughts came up. Over time, patterns will emerge, helping you pinpoint your triggers and work through them with greater awareness. Number 8 is recalibrate expectations. Finally, recalibrating your expectation is about letting go of rigid ideals that lead to disappointment or frustration. For example, if you expect your partner to always understand your needs without communicating, you're setting yourself up for conflict and literally break up. Instead, recalibrate by acknowledging they're not a mind reader. And it's my responsibility to really express my needs just as much as it's the other person's too. Another example is in career. If you expect immediate success, setbacks can feel devastating. Recalibrating your expectations might mean reminding yourself growth takes time. Maybe I have to pivot a little bit. This shift in mindset allows you to approach life with more flexibility and less emotional strains, making it easier to detach from situations that don't align so you can show up better. Let me share a quick story about a client of mine. He was overwhelmed at work, constantly feeling attacked during meetings, and it was affecting his personal life. Together, we worked on mindfulness and reframing techniques. The next time he was challenged at work, he paused, he breathed, he responded calmly instead of reacting emotionally, and his colleagues noticed. And suddenly, He was viewed as a leader, not someone easily rattled. Everybody started depending on him and going for him to advice. That's the power of emotional detachment. So to recap, gentlemen, emotional attachment isn't about shutting down. It's about staying calm, setting boundaries, and protecting your peace. By practicing mindfulness, reframing your thoughts, and recognizing your triggers, you'll not only improve your reactions, but also your relationships and overall well-being. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one technique you use to stay calm under pressure? Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more personal growth tips and dating and relationship tips, especially if you want to get into healthy, sustainable relationships with high-quality women. As always, I would love for you to watch this next video right over here, all about attracting the woman of your dreams. As always, I'll see you in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.